Okay, so let's start. Last off, we left with just Roblox interface, variables, and the scripting basics. So just like strings, numbers, and other stuff. We're gonna jump straight into it and get into math. Can you share your screen? Yeah, in a bit. Give me a second. We're gonna get into math, and then after that, we're gonna do if statements. Um, I'll go more into depth on if statements because there's so much you could do with them. Um, I don't know if I'll touch if else and all those stuff because that gets a little bit more tricky, but I will explain more later on. Alright, let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. Make sure none of my tabs are over there. Okay, so arithmetic with variables. We all know how to assign a variable. 15, 12. Now the question is, how do we do math with these? There's always like the 15 plus 12. That's what it looks like, literally. But we kind of want to see a sum variable is what we want usually in programming. So we do like A plus B. Do note that we need it in order to like see the sum. We need to print it. There's things like subtraction, division, multiplication. Multiplication is done by an asterisk. So it's shift 8. That's right. That's on the 8 key. Division is just dividing. Yeah, it's the slash. But yeah, the reason why we need a sum is because it's a new variable, so we're just putting the output of A plus B, and if we see it, we run it. It's 27. Okay, gotta remove all this stupid stuff. So if we were to minus it, it'd be like 3. Yeah. Let's see what else. Okay, so you can do it anyway. B minus A, minus A, minus A. I think that still works. Yeah, negative 33. You can just keep doing that. All these they're basically just placeholders for numbers. So you can imagine this as 12, 15, 15, 15. Usually to keep math more consistent, we like to do like, if you know like order of operations. I don't know if anyone outside of the US like has the same thing. But it's just basically like parentheses first, like PEMDAS. There it is. PEMDAS is what I was trying to remember. Yeah, PEMDAS. So it's like parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction. So I'm pretty sure programming also follows PEMDAS. So parentheses first, and then if you do it on the outside, it will do that later. So like, so A plus B will happen first, and then B will apply to the end. So we see that real quickly. Let's do 24. But if we were to do B times B plus A, oh, I don't think I understood that. So that's 224. This was 159. So there is, please note, there is PEMDAS within programming. So note that down. It is PEM. Oh crap. PEM. Okay, I just can't type without this extra stuff. Okay, I just don't like this. PEM. Okay. Wow. PEM. Das. And that is parentheses. Ignore the spelling. I don't know how to spell it. Exponent. Multiplication. Division. Addition. And subtraction. So it follows these from the hierarchy from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will want these first. This is like kind of like basic algebra explanation, but that's important to note. We could do things like that. So like a giant equation. We get like 87 out of it. One thing to do is if you really don't want like a sum variable, you can just print like this. I was doing that with the homework last time, just printing out a number, and a lot of people were thinking it was errors. But you don't need to have a variable to always just print it. You can just throw in raw numbers and variables in there, and then it will get you the same thing as it did last time. Yeah. Now, how does this tie into ifs? You also use operators with ifs. Multiplication, it's not really tied into ifs, but if I were to go into ifs real quick to do a bit of a short explanation, if statements are basically like conditional clauses, and that sounds like really stupid. Like, why would you say that? Like, it's like big vocabulary, but to basically sum it down, if this is, oh no, I'll explain it like this. I'll do ifs with graders, or so if this is greater than this, or so if A is greater than B, then do this will happen. So that's how it looks. So if with your clause inside, and then it will run this line of code. So if you make it this big, it'll be this big. So you could print hello. So if we were to get local A equals 12, local B equals 13, and then you're gonna see where like kind of like math comes into this. It can be involved. A equals 13. Oh, I mean A equals 12. Now you can see I didn't use B here because it's kind of just like an irrelevant thing. I just felt like adding it. But if A is equal to 12, it will print hello. So you can kind of just ignore B right now. And you see it prints hello. So in if statements, if you want it to be equal to or sum up, or well not sum up, but equal to, you put two equal signs. No, this is not a variable. Like this whole thing, like saying equal to, like is not making it a variable. It just it's a new like conditional statement. That's what ifs are. They're not variables. I use a variable in this, but they are not variables themselves. So I'm not setting A equal to anything. I'm just checking if it's equal to this. Then I do this inside. And if I do this at the end, if I make it say A equal to 13, yeah, it's okay. That just crashed. If I equal it to 13, it will print this hello, which is at the bottom. You can see it's highlighting this when I clicked it. Let me just change it to make sure that you see better. It prints check instead of hello because A is not equal to 13. So it prints hello, and it doesn't print hello, and it prints check. So you're like, okay, so how are we going to use ifs if we're like programming regularly? So this is where the math part comes in. So say you like have variables that are like moving, that are like dynamic. Oh, wait, let me see this question. Well, some people excuse from missing homework. The deadline's not that serious. I just kind of like to scare people into doing it. But I will be like logging everything, so just be careful about that. Another thing is, what was I? So like for math, for if statements, so A equals. So this is gonna kind of get complex, but I want you to bear with me. Sum. We're gonna use a sum equation. A plus B. So if we're gonna do an if, which is it's gonna kind of seem kind of stupid. So if sum is equal to A plus B, then print hello. So you're gonna notice it prints hello because these are equivalent to each other. So if we were to just do, what's that, 25? Did I do my math right? Yeah, it still prints hello. So these are similar to it. So 25, I didn't do the addition here. It's similar to A plus B. But if we were to do, is sum greater than A plus B, it won't print because they're equal to each other. And if we were to flip it the other way, it wouldn't print either. So these are also, I didn't explain that. These are also the new, like, not new, but they're new terms for you if you don't understand them. It's greater to or greater than or less than. So I like to think of it as like This is like a kid's analogy, but like a crocodile eating more. Um, Usually how I think about it is he's gonna want the if it's opening his mouth, he's gonna want the bigger. So the bigger side is usually where he wants to eat. So if this sum is less than, say it's like 24, so A is 25. If 24 is greater than 25, then do this. So how this works is this is not true because 24 is not greater than 25. But if 24 is greater than, is less than, sorry, is 24 is less than 25, it will run. So we can see it prints hello. And if we were to do 25, if 24 is less than 25, if 24 is greater than 25, it doesn't print hello. Okay, now we're gonna bring in something that does it, like it's gonna revolutionize your mind. It's gonna be less than or equal to. So what this is, remember how we said 25 is not greater than 25 or less than 25? This is where we can bring in the equal to. So 25 is greater than or equal to a plus b. Now it prints hello. And even if we were to flip it, since these are kind of the same numbers, we could see that it is also printing hello. So if we were to put the sum into here, let me stop this real quick. And we're to put like 30, it wouldn't print. But even if it was greater to or equal to, please note that, it will print hello because it's greater than. Let's see what else is there. So I want to do a bit more of ifs with like relation operators. There's another one that is. So we're gonna bring in different variables. So we're gonna do a boolean. So checker equals false. If checker, then print true or print hello. So you're like, what the heck does this mean? In this instance, they're usually, if you don't specify to an if statement, it's usually going to be looking for a true value. So if I put if checker, nothing will run. So because checker is false, but if I were to put if checker true, it would print hello. Now there's other ways you could see it, and there's other ways you could ask for it. So if you could do equals to false, it'll print true because it is always looking for a true statement. Because if checker is equal to false, that is true. That still contains itself as true. Even if checker is false, the if statement's still looking for a true statement. So if we run it again, it'll print hello because if checker does equal false, that is true. It should print hello. But like I said, if we were to remove that and say if checker, it's not gonna print because it's not a true statement. It's just false. That's what a boolean is. If we were to do local string, let's just type cheese. If cheese is equal to cheese. So also note, I'm doing this example right here. These two look the same. This one's a variable. This one's a string. This variable does contain a string, but you're gonna see they're not equal to each other. And that's only because, please, for the love of God, always check your spelling. Spelling is so important. What is this, Callan? Local checker, if explanation point, then. I don't remember if it has, I know there's like factorial and stuff. So always check your spelling because this is not the same. Cheese is lowercase in this instance for checking it. So if we were to put uppercase, it would print hello, and that's because this is a true statement. Okay, now for another. So we've been seeing this double equal. If we were to put the tilde, so this is the tilde, it's left of 1. If you don't have it, you probably have like a Fortnite keyboard. I feel bad for you. So this is not equal to. So you might be like, what the heck is this? So equal to is this, and not equal to is this. You put the tilde before it. No, we don't do, I don't think we do that. Does the exclamation point work? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's tilde equals, for not equal to. So this won't print anything because it is true. If we were to type a random string, it will print hello because this is a true statement. Cheese, the variable cheese, which contains the string cheese. That's a pun. Or is that a double entendre? Anyways, it does not equal to random string. Yeah, it is weird. I don't really like it. I prefer the exclamation part, but that is not how Lua U works, unfortunately. So it is not equal to. So let's throw you a giant math equation. Local alpha equals 15. Local beta equals 12. Local alpha equals 13. If alpha equals beta minus let's do this. I'll go through this and explain it. Print hello. Okay, I just typed a giant math equation. So yes, I know. No. I'm gonna explain it because some people weren't understanding this. As we go down this line, what's that called? All programming language are single. Is it single? I'll just put it in my words. Single line oriented. Yeah, single threaded. That's what it is. I was thinking of single threaded. It's gonna go from top to bottom, and it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this instance, we have local alpha, and you're like, okay, why did you define it twice? Alpha is one variable. We only allow that variable once, that name. So we're gonna see, okay, local alpha is 14. We go to line 2, okay, beta is 12. Line 3 is nothing. Wait, local alpha, you already defined that as 14. So this right here, we know alpha is 14, but it's saying right here alpha is 13. So since it goes from top to bottom, alpha is overridden to 13. Alpha is going to switch to 13. So this 14 is basically ignored. It's no longer 14. It's 13. And if we look at this giant equation, like, what the heck is this? I'm just going to explain it real quickly. So just 13, if we put in the numbers here, is less than or equals to beta minus alpha. Now, does this print? I did not do the math in my head, so let's find out. It does not print. So if we do the math right here, so let's break it down. If it's 14 less than or equal to 12 minus 13, or I've typed 14, is 13. Less than or equal to 12. So obviously we see 13 is its own number, and then 12 minus 13 is negative 1. So 13 is obviously greater. So if we wanted to fix this, we'd say alpha is greater or equal to beta minus alpha, and it would print hello. So that is kind of like how you use your ifs. Is there any questions on ifs? I'm reading all the chats right now. See, I'm seeing a bunch of people turn in their homework. What's going on here? No questions? Okay. I'm not seeing any questions. Alright. If you guys do have any questions when reading this video, comment or actually ping me in the Discord. There's another thing we're gonna go over is logic operators. Now this is where it got confusing for me at first when I was learning it. Okay, who the heck is this? How do I get this out of here? What the heck? What is this? What the? Oh, it just took over my program. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, the team create is not enabled, so I don't know who that was. Yeah, I know. No, but code assist is good sometimes. Instead of, can you write not? Oh yeah, you can write not. I'm about to get into logic operators. Which is not and or, and literally and or. Um, so in this instance, remember we had those booleans. I'll kind of put these as booleans, so to make it kind of understand better. But you can use numbers. No, we don't use and then the ampersand. Oh, we don't use the double ampersand or that. Yeah, ampersand is the and, which is 7 shift, like 7 plus shift when you do that number. But if you do alpha and, oh, you don't have to type it like that, and beta, then print hello. You might be like, okay, let's break this down one by one. Alpha is true, so that works, and beta is true, so that works. So okay, it's gonna print hello. But this is the thing here, so you always gotta make sure you have everything like typed right. Alpha and beta are required to pass this. So as we could see, it doesn't print hello because alpha is true, yet beta isn't true. So that causes an issue. But if we were to apply something such as or, we're going to see it works. And that's because only one of these clauses need to be true, alpha or beta. So they can be switched out. Alpha could be true, beta could be true, and alpha could be false. So another thing is you can apply different variables to this. It doesn't have to be booleans. It could be strings. Hello. You can literally make a boolean of string. It won't be applied as a boolean. So if alpha how would I type this? Equals if alpha equals hey or hello, it will work. So if you were to have like alpha as interchangeable of like these values of hey or hello, one of them would work. So if I were to put hey here, it would work. So it prints hello. If I were to put it as the lowercase hello, don't worry about the print here. It does print it, but they kind of look similar. So just like it doesn't print this hello, it just prints this hello, which is the string. It's gonna print hello again because these two are interchangeable. Let's break it down real quick, just so I want everyone understanding this, and I don't want any like complications. It's just alpha, our variable hello, is equal to this string or this string, and since it does equal this string, it prints this, which is this container inside. Ampersand and is only and. I don't think you can use it in this language. Yeah, no, it's not available in Lua. You just type and literally and. What's the last thing we need is not. So the last thing is not. This kind of flips our logic. It's kind of like not equal to. So this is kind of, yeah, like it said, it's not equal to, but it can get really odd. So if not alpha, then so this turns our if equation kind of like looking for more false than rather true. So this won't print. I don't even know if I put a print. I didn't even put a print. So let's actually put a print and see if it does print. Hello. Which it doesn't. So this is because it's looking for a false. It's not looking for a true. So if we were to throw in a false, it does print hello because it's looking for the false boolean, which is alpha. Now there's a lot of things you could do with this. If 15, if not, if not alpha is greater than 12, how would you type that? Oh, I'm stupid. Type number cannot be converted into boolean. Oh, not is okay. So not is only applicable to booleans. That's probably not. You need to put in bracket. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. So that's another good thing to note. Um, Basically, what this math is doing is, yeah, chill. What this bracket is doing is it's gonna output a true or false. So alpha is greater than 15 here, so it's gonna output a true. So right here, this ignore this. I mean, you don't have, don't ignore it, but imagine this as if you read it and said, okay, alpha is greater than 15, so this is true right here. What's it gonna be if not true? So, and if we were to put it flopped, it'd be if not false. That's the output of basically what's inside that parenthesis. So if we were to run it, it wouldn't print. Ignore that. Okay, no, it's because I flipped it. If we were to run the original one, if alpha is greater than 12, it wouldn't print because if not true, remember the if clause, which what we added the not on, is looking for a false. So if we were to flip it, it would print hello like last time. That's basically how you use not. Let's see, is there any other thing we didn't go over? Math subscription. Do you guys want more like math involved, or does anyone not understand like any math, the syntax? I'm lost. What is this not thing? I'll do a quick explanation again. So, local bool equals true. If not bool, then print hello. This is my if statement. So basically, we know. So in this if statement, it's basically looking for a true. So if this clause, what I mean by clause is if. How do I even explain? So in this statement, what the hell? It's basically looking for a true value. So if bool, this is true because bool is a boolean, which is true. That's just my variable name. I'll change it to cheese. Makes things more simple. If cheese, then it will do this. So it's basically just looking for a true value. So if I typed if true, then it'd work. If I typed if false, then it wouldn't work because it needs a true value right now. So basically what not does is it flips the logic. And if I were to put if cheese true, which is a true value, it wouldn't run due to the fact it's looking for a false value. So if I change it to false, it does hello, this is my statement, or hello, this is my if statement. So if I were to do, you don't even need a variable at this instance. So if I were to do if not 12 is less than 13, no, that's actually true. If 12 is greater than 13, it will print this statement because inside of this parentheses, this is going to be the output of false. Because 12 is less than 13. It's not greater than. This isn't, I'm not writing a true statement here. This is a false statement. This is like lying to someone. So it's going to output a false. However, if we were to flip it, it would output a true statement. Oh, I thought I was actually going to do something. No, can't reload the script. This would not run because it's outputting a true statement. Do you have any other questions there? Or do you still not understand it? Try to explain it a different way. Or is there like a thing you just don't understand? So greater than is, yeah. Do you understand like the I'd call them alligator mouths, greater than or less than? Yeah. So it's just you can also do there's like a bunch of things you could do with the greater than. It's not just numbers. You could do like string length, which we'll get into later with like tables and stuff when we like worry about string length. The string length is just how many like characters is in a string. So local cheese equals hello. So this is like 5 characters. So that's the length of the string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I thought I counted them. So this is 5 characters. That's the length of the string. So if we were to do, yeah, if you do that length, so local ham equals, I'll just write So that's literally 4. So these are still strings. They're not actual numbers, but it's just signifying. So if cheese dot length. Wait, no. How do you get the length of a string? Hold on. Get length of string. It's not a hashtag, is it? Oh, dot lang. Right? No, that's more advanced. No, it's not dot length. Yeah, I forgot. It's just a quick API search. But if we could just use an example here. In other languages, just ignore the errors here. But if the length of cheese was greater than ham, it would print true. So cheese is basically like it's kind of bad explanation here, but the length of cheese is 5, literally and word wise. So it's literally has 5. It's actually 4 characters. I'm actually stupid. If frive, new number here. The length of cheese is 5 characters, so it's greater than ham, which is 4 characters. It will print true because this is a true statement. If we were to flip it, it wouldn't print. That's due to the fact cheese has less characters. It's no, we don't use dot lang. It doesn't exist. Is it actually? Wait. Do we actually? You might be right actually. Well, let's find out. No. Oh, I gotta put a parentheses, I think. I've never used dot lang. No. Compare function to function. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, this is getting kind of bad. This is looking like really bad for new people. Okay. So, you can put a hash in front of it. String expected. So that's always good to like understand your ears. String. Oh. Wait, what? Is it just string dot length? No. We're ignore that. I'll probably just cut this out of the video. But that was basically the lesson. If you don't understand it, just ping me. Is it length? I tried that already. I think I did. We'll worry about it later. After this, I'll figure it out. I can't believe I'm struggling on getting. If it was like Java or Python, I'd be able to get the length of a string easily. I don't know how Roblox makes it so hard. But that's basically it. You guys are all good to go.